Hi everyone and welcome back to Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. This is the second part of the mission on the Borg Cube. We have rescued Lieutenant Foster and we've pissed off the Borg. Now, we know where we need to go at this point. 7 of 9's interfaced with the Borg computer and we're pretty much just making our way to the central processing unit. Something quite weird's happened recently. After like an 8-month, I would think, delay, I've actually started playing Star Trek Online again. No idea why that took me, but I actually started, I booted up my character, started playing it, and then realised that I ding level 50 just off pretty much duty officers. So I might produce a couple of videos for that. We'll see how it goes. It really depends what demand's like for it, because I'm not too sure how well Star Trek Online videos will go down or how I'd like to structure them. I mean, would I start a brand new character? Notice this cheeky shot. Yes, it was a nice shot. Whether I'd start a new character or whether I'd simply replay missions with my current character, it's a little bit difficult because I don't really think that watching someone level up is going to be a horrifically good use of an LP. What I might do is run it alongside other things, because it might just have to be an ongoing thing if I'm starting a new character out. I do have some. I do actually have some of the cryptic ships, the Zen Point ships, or whatever you want to call them. So we'll just see how it goes. It depends if there's any demand for it. If you guys want to see it, just let me know. Drop a comment in this, or drop a comment in the comment section of the channel, whatever. But I will probably run it alongside something else, because I think that just doing that for like a year would probably end up losing me subscribers. And I think that there are other games that I certainly want to do. Free Space 2 is definitely on the agenda. Really weird section of the ship here. They seem to have like a pool of green gas or something. Really strange. Oh, now everyone's in my way, so I can't stop that Borg just getting its tendrils into Jurat. But as you don't know if I'd want to do that either, but as you'll notice, your crewmates aren't actually completely useless in this. They do defend themselves quite decently, unless they're sort of scripted to take the fall for something. Still, anyway, one thing about the Borg that always weirded me out, when we first encountered them, or the Federation first encountered them, there was no such thing as like an engineering section or a central section or anything like that, and yet now you can pretty much dissect a Borg cube down to where things are, and it does have like specific weak points. Wasn't the whole point of the Borg that they didn't have a specific weak point to attack, and that was what made them so scary? Still, they're still quite cool, but maybe just one of these things where they might be a little bit overused. Anyway, still enjoying this mission overall, and it looks like we've got our next place to go. Come on, guys. You'd wonder if they got scared. You wonder if they got bored of that by one point. Although that was one, just moving back to Star Trek Online, that was one quite funny Easter egg that was in Star Trek Online, where in one of the missions you have to go to basically like a Romulan listening post, and you get information on what everyone in the galaxy is doing, and it just said, and one of them was a listening post in the Delta Quadrant monitoring the Borg, and all that it came back with was resistance is futile. So nice little Easter egg on that behalf. But anyway, off Star Trek Online and back to Star Trek Elite Force. We're still looking for sort of the central plexus area, just to see if we can yep, me losing myself again. Where's Austin? Yeah. Chang appears to have gotten lost and Seven's doing in her dancing shoes again. Ah yes, he is stuck on air. Dangerous stuff, that air. Okay, let's go. Yet more Borg. Assimilation tubules obviously not as effective now as they were.
There has to be a disconnect in this thing right here somewhere.
Well, yes there is, but it's in a little bit of a weird place. We have to go back up this lift once I've stopped looking round. Come on. I thought the lift had activated them, but it just didn't. And you see that? Yep. There's a plasma thing next to something. Shoot it. And then if you're me, you're just incompetent and forget where it is. Yep. Couldn't find out where the hole was then, so... oh well. Yeah, it's... yeah, so... let's try that again. And there we go, into the... I suppose it's not a Jeffrey's tube, but you get the idea of what it is. And there goes the distribution node. I'm just gonna hop along this corridor. There's gonna be something along here because of the way the corridor extends. It's just standard FPS logic. Yep, weapons terminal and health terminal. So we are completely shipshape again, and we're gonna be able to get moving. Let's go back. Everyone waiting for me. Just jump. There we go. And on to the next stage of our encounter. And there's the vernaculum.
What is that?
The Vinculum. It is the hub through which all Borg thoughts are processed and organized. It creates order out of chaos.
We are the Borg.
She's turned on us.
Gerard, no! The Vinculum must be controlling her.
And Alexander Monroe of the Starship Voyager, species 561B. You are the leader of the group.
Yes, I am.
We wish to negotiate.
Negotiate?
You and your team will be allowed to leave this vessel with the isotesium you are attempting to retrieve.
Sounds good. What do you want from us?
We have assimilated information from this unit detailing your previous encounters with species 8472.
Species 8472.
This vessel was engaged in combat with species 8472, who had infiltrated our vessel. The Forge probe attacked us during this conflict. Upon destruction of the probe, we were transported to the Forge, as were several of species 8472.
I don't like where this is heading.
Despite our adaptations, species 8472 has remained resistant. We assimilated your Lieutenant Foster to gain information that may be of use in protecting the cube from them. However, they stole the isotesium and have been using it as an energy source. They are reproducing rapidly. We cannot compete.
I see. You want us to stop them for you?
This unit has memory of specialized nanoprobes developed by Voyager to eliminate species 8472. You will use these to eradicate the infestation.
They must be crazy to think it would help them.
Why shouldn't we just leave you here to kill each other off?
You have only two options: accept or reassemble. Resistance is futile.
Well, I guess if you put it that way. All right. We'll do it.
Proceed through this route to Quaternary Environmental Control Chamber 9 Alpha, where you will find species 8472's lair. Their resistance quotient is extremely high.
Senator, are you...
The Vinculum has released me.
Did me or did that feel a little bit shoehorned in? Anyway, keeping up with my promise, that isn't exactly what happens if you let Foster be assimilated. he turns up as basically a boss Borg and does the negotiation as opposed to 7.
You can't trust a Borg. They've double-crossed us before. That may be so, but the isodesium is beyond the area of infestation. We would have had to go through it anyway.
Still, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't trust Borg.
That's enough, Gerard.
You are in my way.
Don't worry, Juliet. I got it covered. How are we gonna take him out with these weapons? Species 8472 can regenerate pretty fast.
Since our last encounter with Species 8472, I have modified our weapon designs to be effective against them.
And just like that, all threat from Species 8472 is removed. Yet that's the problem with creating a massively overpowerful enemy, that they can only really be beaten with the power of bullshit. And since we've had this Tetrion disruptor for all of about 10 seconds, being able to modify it to be effective against Species 8472 might be a little bit of a, how should I put it, a little bit optimistic. That said, the Herodian have successfully hunted Species 8472, so you'd figure that their weapons are capable of handling them, but it's just a really weird, it's a really weird way to handle Species 8472, and like, the problem is with it that, if you remember correctly, one Species 8472 individual from Scorpion was able to pretty much decimate a Borg ship's crew. But since we have weapons that are effective against them, the only way you can shoehorn them into an FPS is if they're in massive numbers. And they're pretty much just melee only enemies. I just had a little bit of a cut there because my computer started chugging again. A little bit of a hidey hole here. I don't think there's really much reason to come down here, just for a health refill and an energy refill, but I'm not using that weapon anyway. Yeah, it's I think that this was just thrown in really for coolness factor above anything else, but it's a pretty big departure from what Species 8472 are actually like as a species. You don't often see them sort of swarming areas. Their ships are individual, you know, their ships are individual, and we don't know much about their reproduction methods. It's generally not the way I like to see them, but again, if you can get past that and ignore them, it's quite a nice addition anyway. I think that I'm basically lost at this point, so I'm just wandering around. You'll notice the Borg corpses everywhere, and yeah, I don't realise it at the moment, but I'm actually heading back to the beginning now, which is pretty stupid. Yeah, that's the blue force field we took down. And kindly the Borg have erected a blue force field to keep us in. Of course, I don't believe force fields work against Species 8472 because they can alter their bioelectric signatures to get through them. Standard technobabble, you understand. Alright, so where am I heading? Not through there, because I've already gone there. Ooh, nice. Ah, here we go. Yeah, this area is really not much of a challenge. I've beaten it in the past with just a hand phaser. Species 8472 are probably the weakest enemy in the game, because unlike the Borg from the first mission, they can't adapt to anything. So, and at least the at least the Etherians managed to close the gap on you fairly quickly and did also shoot at you. They came at you in larger numbers as well. Having said that though, if I'd have had the Tetrion disruptor on the Etherian ship, I'm not sure they would have got very close to me either. Oof, Borg corpses. And is that an arm floating in midair? Yes, it is. No, I don't know either. Oh, love what they've done with the place. Looks like Species 8472 are pretty much assimilating the Borg here, which is an interesting way to take things. Running a bit short on ammo here, but I think that's an ammo crystal over there, and I'm being a little bit conservative with my ammo. As you can see, the disruptor's just dropping species 8472 really, really easily. Yep, more Borg body parts. Species 8472 really are pretty merciless with the Borg, aren't they? Nice, top half removed from the bottom half. And here they come again. Oh, no, thought someone got behind me then, but it doesn't look like it. Now, of course, in the series, if Species 8472 hit you, it's pretty much a one-hit kill. However, in this game, as you will see here, nothing of the sort. They don't even hit that hard when they get up to you, so that's one thing maybe to do with the balance of the game. They should have characters which do melee damage. They should have done a lot more damage than they actually do. Because it makes sense that if you've got a gun and someone gets up to you to do a melee attack, their melee attack's going to be pretty damn strong. Now, I'm not saying make Species 8472 a one-hit kill, but you know, it's at the moment their only attack is pretty much Zerg rushing, and it is not very effective. Okay. Is this bridge to go across? I could really do with getting some. Crystals at this point. Health energy terminal, I'll take it. I do like the sort of biological conduits that Species 8472 make. They're quite cool. No, I'm not going to call them the Undine or the Groundskeepers as they've been called elsewhere. I'd just prefer to stick to whatever their canon name is for the moment. Oh, we finally got Austin around to it. And this, I believe, is the last bridge of Species 8472's area. Load up the Tetrion cannon. And this is a bit of an anticlimax, really. Just two of them teleport in 3 times, and that's the end of that. Yep. Tetrion Gatling gun is about as good as it gets on this game, to tell you the truth, and there's the isodesium.
You will be assimilated.
Wait a minute. We negotiated. We had a deal.
Irrelevant. You will be assimilated.
I knew it. Why does this not surprise me?
Yeah, the Borg are just stupid. Donnybrook time, again, slight difference. If Foster's assimilated, he turns up as a boss Borg here, and this fight's a heck of a lot more difficult than it actually is. But since he's not here, this is just a standard shoot 'em up, and then we're done.
Road to Voyager. We've recovered the isodesium and are ready to beam out.
Beam myself and the isodesium directly to engineering.
Acknowledged. Initiating transport.
Another thing Foster does if he's assimilated is ask you to kill him at the end of the mission. But you don't, you leave him there because screw him.
7 of 9 beam directly to engineering with the isodesium. If Lieutenant Torres is correct, Voyager should have power restored within a day or two. The Hazard team has proven itself to be a valuable asset. You are all off duty until further notice. Mr. Monroe, I must commend you and your team on the rescue of Lieutenant Foster. He is in sickbay and is likely to recover. You all have some holodeck time. I suggest you use it.
From Goofus to Gallant, from Craptastic to the saviour of Voyager, and we managed to blow up a Borg cube on the way. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.